3 days of partying at Summit. But I'm talking about how we felt coming into Summit, tired with life. I know that's real for a lot of you. You've been tired. And you're allowed to feel tired. This is just called compassion for ourselves, letting ourselves be human in a world that we can't control. And while we're at it, let's all give ourselves a break for eating something because we really wanted to eat it, or taking a day or a week off our workouts maybe because that's a healthy choice we really needed. Unless we find a way to be compassionate for ourselves, we won't be good at providing compassion to others, and that's part of coaching. That's how you reach your potential of creating a team that is cohesive. Being that person who can have empathy, not just tough love, but compassion. And if we're going to constantly be judging ourselves, that'll turn into constantly judging others, and that's what's exhausting. That's also exactly what's undermining you from remembering your potential, because how can you visualize your success when we're judging ourselves for every little thing these days and judging everybody else? There's no room for dreams when you're spending your time judging and competing, and this is what we need to change. We need to work toward our goals, absolutely, but we also need to be able to enjoy the process, and allow for different rates of success and ups and downs. Today, here's where it starts. I've hinted at things that are coming. I've hinted that there's going to be changes to the business model, things that will make it easier for coaches to pick this up and run with it. That's what I'm going to present in leadership this year, because I want to help you create more ups with less downs, more successes and less setbacks. And I'm working with a pretty amazing and experienced group of people who will help me put this together for us. And this shift I'm planning is going to help. But we're going to stop fighting with ourselves and with our expectations. We're going to simplify what coaches do. We'll simplify how we look at fitness and eating. We're not going to back off of the challenge of working out or the importance of helping people look consciously at what they eat, or relax any of the expectations that we have for the quality of our supplements. That's going to continue to be so good that they're in a category unto themselves. But we're going to refine it so that more people can immediately get it, pick up the baton and run with it. And we'll begin this shift now by doing this incredibly heroic work with a mindset which has more compassion and which broadens the appeal. So instead of convincing people to participate, next year they're going to be asking you if they can participate. And it's funny, but the transition I'm talking about actually started last December. In fact, it's been happening all year. I just didn't really identify it until a couple months ago. But it started with the launch of Job 1, where we began to message the importance of making yourself, your health, your priority, at least 20 minutes a day. Tens of thousands of you have done that. Then the launch of the special eating program, To Be Pregnant, from Alana, where we continue to provide resources for people at different stages of life. And in this case, they're making an actual human being. We gave people new tools for a healthy pregnancy. We continue to see this transition with 4-week up protocol and 4 weeks for everybody, where Autumn once again puts herself way out there, fighting to make an exceptionally complex issue simple so our coaches can embrace it. And she created a simple gateway to getting answers about how food might be affecting your well-being in so many different ways. And we gave people 4 weeks to change their pace with no impact in their workout program. That still challenges you and gets results. And it's nothing short of a phenomenon that people will repeat over and over again. Some people question this as we move from measuring everything by the quality of the before and after photo toward how our products make you feel and how they enhance your life. Some ask us, hey, what happened to the P90X company, the weight loss company? And now, first thing and last thing come along to help people with stress, immunity, feeling sharp, sleeping better. What's Beachbody about that? See the theme here? This is moving from a business turning out before and afters to a business moving into a space of self-care, self-esteem, and enjoyment of the actual experience of well-being.
Yes.
Let's not forget Fire and Flow. Total innovation, where we listen to the subscribers and gave them a revolutionary approach to balancing exercise intensity with self-love and recovery, to balance tension with reflection. We're changing the human experience of what the very concept of health and fitness means, and we're just getting started. Now, we look ahead to Lift More, a program that is actually predictable for Beachbody in many ways. This seems like something that would come from a Beachbody company. Yet again, what's radically different is how we approach it. The before and afters are amazing, but what's miraculous is the experience. Couples working out together, celebrating the feeling of lifting heavy things, even the commitment to consistency by placing a bench at the center of your home workout space. We're not making money on the bench, and we could have rounded the corner and made it easier to sell more by saying, the bench is optional. But that would have undermined the quality of the experience. We're demonstrating that this decision is more than about what you can achieve in 8 weeks. It's about how you and your customers experience the process on your way to achieving your potential. We want that experience to be amazing. So you need a bench for stabilization and to help you see how much more weight you can lift and how different your results are when you lift more. And that's how we're helping empower people to make this a lifestyle, by focusing on the experience, not just the outcome. But look, the reality of working in this environment over the last year is undeniable, even as we made this transition. And I know people are tired. Employees are tired. Many of you don't feel empowered. Hopefully Summit will help that. Many people are scared. What's happening in the world? It's exhausting trying to keep up when everything around us is unpredictable and changing. So, here's how you get untied. Here's how you get control of the fear that might be paralyzing you or your team. So instead, you can start thriving again. First, by thriving energetically and emotionally, and then thriving in terms of feeling empowered to grow your business and get back to dreaming again. Here it is. You need to let go of the past. Let go of the way things were.
Yes.
And fiercely, aggressively accept that things are different. Social media is different. The world is always changing. We don't know what the next variant is going to be. We don't know how this economic shift is going to affect our plans. But we know what we see today. We know people want to feel good and they want to feel healthy. We know that. And if we embrace that reality and get creative without expecting things to go back, we can affect positive change. And in fact, we can even benefit from this environment. The one thing we do know is we can control the things we can control and how we react to the things we can't. That's where you either give away your power or you claim your power. Stop letting the events of the past and the events of the present, which are out of your control, undermine your power. Take the energy that you spend feeling defeated by the past or disappointed by how things may have evolved for you, and instead assess the current situation, remember your outrageous potential, and respond with creativity, respond with resilience. This is where champions rise up. And when we rise up and control the things we can control, our attitudes, our schedules, our choices, our beliefs in what we do and who we are, we help other people do the same. Some people on social media call you tone deaf, or they'll criticize your defiant, positive attitude because they've chosen the pain of trying to blame the world for their financial condition and expecting someone to come fix it for them. These are the haters. Because they've decided that they're going to wait for somebody to come help them, and if nobody comes and helps them, they're going to criticize anybody who's taking their own initiative. So they resent the people who took the initiative to work to create something better. They've chosen to stay trapped, and they can't accept your choice to create your future. But they aren't you. They don't control you, and you are not trying to change them. Your job is to look at the current situation, remember your potential, your ambition, and control the things you can control with fierce determination. And I do mean fierce. Let me repeat what Julie said. I want the other women who are there, who are tired, who don't know how to juggle all of the things, who don't know how they'll take one more day of bad news, of feeling less than in this world, to feel like this business is their hope, their solution, their way to make a difference for their families and communities. And I believe this business is the solution. It is the hope for women and men. You know why? Because I've watched enough of you do it to know that it's possible. I know the difference is attitude and belief, the courage to work through relationship struggles rather than cancel people. If you have the courage to be vulnerable and humble enough to forgive and be compassionate for people, you have the courage and resilience to let go of the past, to take full responsibility for your outcome and move forward in your power. Hey, look, you had the courage to get here. You didn't have to come here. And I'm not throwing shade at people who couldn't make it for so many reasons. I mean, but still, you guys got here. Take that in for a minute. You're here. You haven't quit. And even though you may be tired, even though you feel like you can't take one more day of bad news, with all that's going on, you have not quit on this. You have not quit on yourself. Take that in for a moment. Give yourself a round of applause. You don't quit. You have not given up on yourself. You showed up. And I don't think you will ever quit because you want something more. And that's how we get to that third goal and the hope that Julie expressed. I put up a post the other day asking coaches why they coach. What problem are they trying to solve for themselves? And I got over 1,000 replies. But in general, there were two themes that came up. One, the top why was income. Okay, I want to generate more income for myself. And the second, it's a close second, was to prove you have more to offer the world. Now let's take a hard look at that. Because while I understand the sentiment of being tired, I mean, I get it. And there's a reason I keep coming back to it, because I know it's playing on repeat in the back of your mind, especially once you leave here. There'll be an emotion that comes back. I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. I really do understand the sentiment of feeling tired and overwhelmed. People ask me how I keep going, even though surely I'm tired and overwhelmed sometimes. Here's how I keep going. I made the decision that no matter what, I keep going. Look, I don't think these two ideas can coexist. My ambition, like the ambition you showed me in your replies to that Instagram post of wanting to earn more income and to prove you have more to offer the world, I don't think that can coexist with any expectation that it won't also be overwhelming and tiring sometimes. I know for me, I can feel the sense of being tired constantly sneaking up on me like a snake in the room. And I can feel the frustration of a business that went public a year ago and a market which has wiped out 90% of the value of what I've built. 90% after 23 years. But, and hear me clearly on this, that's just what they call market value. That's not its worth. Same thing for you. Value
that's
is not your own worth. And I refuse to accept anybody's interpretation of what this is worth. As far as I'm concerned, we are fighting for the survival of Western civilization at this time. The world needs our success.
Yes.
But not for 1 second do I allow myself to think that I'm entitled to any other outcome than the one I'm willing to fight for, even if I'm tired or overwhelmed. Not once do I doubt my potential or our potential. I work by the 100 to 0 rule. I take 100% responsibility and allow 0% excuses. No pointing fingers, no playing victim, and definitely not even a thought of backing off. So let's put that in perspective for you. And this is what could be hard to hear. If you're sitting in here with a burning fire in your belly to achieve something, you need to find a way to adopt this 100-0 rule. Take total responsibility for your outcome. What's going well and what's not. Don't let yourself make any excuses or point any fingers. Take 100% responsibility, 0 excuses, and within that, you will have 100% freedom to dictate your process and your outcome. You need to use that to empower yourself to keep going. If you're here in St. Louis or watching us online and you have a vision of a better life with income expectations, lifestyle expectations, and the desire to reverse generations of struggle, it's going to take strength, real strength, and you don't have to be naturally strong. Just like you can get stronger with lift more. You don't get stronger by lifting something one time and saying, look, I can lift that much, I'm strong now. Real strength comes from persevering through struggle, through hardship, through pain and suffering. Real strength comes from feeling it when it's hard, feeling it when you're tired, compassion, and still not giving up. Hey, right, Carl? This sounds awful. Pain, suffering, to be strong enough for success. Why should I bother with that? I can just see the messages from the trolls. Here's why. And here's what you can keep in your back pocket when you get those messages. For anybody who criticizes you for how hard you have to work for success. If right now in life you're experiencing the pain of difficult financial decisions, choices you wish were easy to make, but are difficult because of debt, because of choosing between the things you want and the things that you need, that's painful, right? So the question is, what kind of pain do you want to develop strength to deal with? Do you want to develop a tolerance for the pain of trying to stretch your budget and living month to month, or the pain of overcoming obstacles to achieve your dreams, even if you're tired and overwhelmed? If you feel like you're sitting at home or working in a job where you're not recognized for your talent and your capability, and you have an ache inside because you have so much more to offer the world, that sounds like suffering too, right? Same question. What kind of suffering do you want to learn to endure? The suffering of feeling like you have more to offer the world and doing more about it, or the suffering of fighting through tough times to build your business, even if you're tired? You choose which pain you will learn to cope with. You choose which suffering you will learn to endure. There's the suffering of feeling like you're not making a difference in the world, the suffering of knowing you can help people, but having no way to express it. Or there's the suffering of fighting through uncertainty and reinvention with absolute certainty that you refuse to fail. Both kinds of pain and suffering take work. Both are hard. One leads up if you keep fighting for it, and the other leads nowhere. We all have issues, because we all have a story, men and women. And no matter how much work you've done on yourself, there will be setbacks, there will be dropped balls. That's the human experience. So be easy on yourself. Love yourself. Unconditionally. Growth is a constant dance. It's not an on-off switch. I grew. It's not a constant. But do not give up on yourself, ever. And what if you're not where you expected to be in this business at this point? You're only an emerald. And you're seeing all these diamonds, star diamonds, who haven't been in the business as long as you, or you're only a 5-star diamond, and you're fully expected to be 10-star diamond by now, or you were a superstar diamond, and you fell all the way back to 1 star. And you're starting to think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Or since things have changed, it's time for me to move on, you know? That could be running through your head. My question to you is, are you a mercenary looking for a paycheck, or are you on a mission to achieve something that helps people and builds wealth for your family at the same time? Stop comparing yourself to anybody. Stop holding on to the past and ask yourself, do I have more to accomplish here, to achieve a mission that's important to me, to provide meaning to my life? It's not about whoever you're comparing yourself to or whatever game your ego is playing with you. It's about your experience. It's about how you treat people, even if you feel like they're letting you down. It's about what you set out to achieve and what you can offer the world. It's about your goals. It's about the person you aspire to be. So stop comparing. Stop focusing on being tired and expecting not to be tired. Stop letting being tired overwhelm you. Stop it. The only thing we can do is remember our potential. Find a way to hold on to your personal ambition. For God's sake, be there for each other. Let's be a different kind of community that embraces how hard life can be when we have goals and we're learning new things, but the world is still difficult and gets in the way. So we help each other through it instead of attacking each other. This is what I mean by being a group of teampreneurs, creating the category of participation marketing with the opportunity for women and men to work together to achieve anything that they dream of. And by working through the pain, by shaking off the tired, by feeling the suffering of having ambition and still fighting on, we will move mountains. We will help millions, and we will achieve those dreams and hopes that have eluded us, that have eluded you, that have eluded your family for generations. This is the one and only way it's done. There is no other way except to choose a different type of pain and suffering where you don't get to blame others and you don't get to blame circumstances. And this is what may rub you the wrong way, because you and I both know we have to own our outcomes. And within that is our freedom to keep going, to take chances, to fail and get up and try again when it doesn't make sense to anybody else. Why do you keep going? But you and me? You know I'm talking to you. We refuse to live a life that doesn't transcend our dreams. But to do that, listen, we have to also refuse to accept failure, and we have to refuse to blame. Winners are winners because they refuse to lose. Your life will be defined by your ability to handle adversity and uncertainty, whether it's this opportunity or any other. I'm grateful that you chose this one. I'm grateful that you're in this room with me, watching this live stream with me, helping make a difference in people's lives. I know you have other choices, but I also believe you chose this opportunity, which has more runway, more upside, and can do more for humanity than just about any opportunity or company I have ever seen. So we keep going. We keep working with what we have today, with a very exciting future in front of us. And right now, together, we make this commitment to keep going. And you will sign 2 coaches this week.
I will.
With Lift More or whichever program fits your niche. We keep going. And you will participate in Team Cup. Because if you want your team to thrive, the folks who aren't here, they need to know that you aren't going to let them work alone. They need you to be a teampreneur. So we keep going. We team up. And right now, you open your mind and reconnect with your amazing, beautiful potential. Stop thinking about anything else for a second. Right now, visualize your success. What do you want to see for yourself? What house do you want to live in? For you, be selfish for a second. The home, the time with your family, the freedom. See it, feel it. Open your mind and think outside the box for a minute. And imagine that you really can achieve it, because you can. When you visualize it, how does it feel to actually not make it just a slogan, but to actually dream up? Feels good, right? Now, as you visualize that, can you understand that to achieve things, to achieve these things you're visualizing, it's not going to be smooth. It's not going to be painless. It will not come without suffering. Know that. But can you also see that by being resilient and opening up your mind to these possibilities and goals, by taking a moment to dream up, you replace the thoughts of mediocrity and being a victim with a sense of being empowered and capable. This exercise is not limited to today or this weekend. This goes home with you. This is going to become a central part of what we do as a company and how we empower people to look at themselves and their lives differently, including their attitude around the experience of fitness and eating and their expectations of the quality of the products that they use. all the way to helping people improve their self-esteem, regardless of their weight, regardless of their size or their circumstance. This is what I'm visualizing for this company. People embracing the experience of life with a positive attitude in their hearts that radiates to everyone around them. And guess what? I have 100% certainty that we will achieve it on a level and a scale that none of us can even imagine. In my mind, this stadium is filled with the spirit of the coaches to come, the teampreneurs, who you are going to bring into this business in the next 12 months. Visualize them right now, next to you, filling a stadium like this in San Antonio next year, feeling the excitement of potential like you are today. And the next time we're all together, you're going to turn to those folks and you're going to say, I knew you were going to be here. I knew you would enjoy participating in what we're doing in this community, and this is just the beginning. So now you have it. You have a vision. You're not doing this for survival. You're doing this to achieve something special for yourself and your family. Some people will understand, some people won't understand. And that's okay, because it doesn't matter either way. You're doing this to achieve your goals. And the more people you help, the more momentum you will build. And it starts now. 3 goals. Every coach in this building gets 2 coaches this week. Every person in this building is going to be a part of Team Cup. And every person in this building is going to reopen and reconnect to their potential. Are you with me on those 3 goals? I'm so grateful for your time today, your patience. This is what participation marketing is. Sitting in this, trying to take it all in, taking notes, crying a little bit on stage. But we're not going to be wishy-washy about this. You're going to participate and organize yourself into that Team Cup. You're going to hold on to your dreams. And then we're going to move forward together. And big things are ahead of us. All right, you've been so patient. I love your hearts. I appreciate you as human beings. And I am so grateful to be on this stage, sharing this moment with you guys.